Well, first let me say that I always feel much better about myself after a good shower and a shave. And I have been putting off shaving my head for a while because what happens is Asia got me this really nice Norelco shaver for Christmas. And if it's a certain length, I can just take the Norelco shaver and just kind of go over my head, no problem. But if it gets too long, then I need to go over it with the clippers first and then the Norelco shaver. So I'll find that I'm too lazy to do it when it's really short because it's still really short. But then by the time I feel like I'm ready, like it's too long, I was like, well, that's going to take extra effort, so I'll just do it later. And then that turns into a week, and then that turns into 2 weeks, and then you look up and I've had the same scraggly hair for a month. So I decided today I got up, had a real good day yesterday. I decided to like really just shave it all up. So shaved, I got my beard, my mustache and my goatee are back. These are here. Shaved all of this off, shaved my neck, shaved my head, took the shaver, went over it, and it's like I legit feel better. But I hate this song. Good God. What? And I'm also, as you can tell, I'm at work. Um, what I wanted to talk about today was what's my place to say and what's not. See, there's been all this controversy going on with Asia's family. Uh, I won't go over the whole story. I don't. I seem to remember doing a video with Asia talking about this, but we might not have. Yesterday was kind of a blur. So we had a good time. But her family have not been the most supportive people. Uh, the divorce between her parents really kind of divided people up. And when I say divided them up, it just pretty much just turned on Asia's mom and left her to raise three kids by herself. And she did. She did, to her credit, she did. And but what happens is that that same family who did nothing to help and condemned her for moving away will try to hop on Facebook and be like, "Oh yeah, my wonderful niece or my wonderful granddaughter," or they try to take the credit for some things that they had no part of. It's like you shunned us, but now when there's like an accomplishment or a goal that has been made, you want to be like, "Yay, my wonderful this or that." It's like no, you don't get to do that. Like 6 months ago, Asia's mom sent out like a group message to like everybody on Facebook, and it was private. It was behind the scenes. She said, "Hey, look, Asia, not even Asia, Micah, her sister, because Asia's fine with it. Her graduation was coming up in like 6 months, and she says, "Hey, if you guys could come out, that'd be great. Turn this down. If you can't come out, that's fine." But, just send her some well wishes. This is her big day. Nobody could do it. Nobody could find it within themselves to say, all right, I'm going to get out there. And if you can't make it out there, that's fine. But how about some well wishes? How about, hey, congratulations, Micah. Good job. You did it. Something, anything. And everybody had an excuse on why they couldn't. So fed up with it, Asia posted a message saying, hey, look, I'm tired of y'all acting like this. Either show us some support or just be gone. You don't get to, wear the title of, father or mother or, grandmother or uncle if you aren't doing the things that that title says you should be doing. So she was just like, if you're going to do it, do it. If you're not going to do it, stop trying to take credit like you did. And the only people who got offended by it were the people who had been doing it. It was the funniest thing. It was so weird because in my mind, if you had called me out, and she was very specific not to name names, but if you say, hey, look, I'm tired of family acting like this, I know what I need you to do this. And if you are offended by this, then I was talking to you. If she didn't call a name, I would have assumed she wasn't talking about me. Or if she was talking about me, You think it would have prompted some private messages later to say, "Hey, I'm sorry you feel that way. Let's talk it out." But instead, they took to Facebook to defend their position. So they're like commenting on it, like, "I can't believe you feel this way after all we've done for you." And we're just like, "But you haven't done anything." And I've watched my wife go from polite and classy to Asia getting into some gangster shit. Wow, you guys are distracting me. So Asia got into some gangster shit on Facebook. And in all of it, I wondered what was my place to say and what wasn't. As the husband, I wanted to chime in and support my wife in what I think was a bold move by her to really get this family together. And I debated, like, what should I say, what shouldn't I say? So I opted not to say anything. I just stayed quiet, and like every now and then I would post a funny meme to try to, like, ease the pressure. But it's a serious type deal. So that means it's time for me to speak up and say something. But what? Like, I'm married into the family. So what is my place to say? And I think that sort of attitude comes back to titles. Like, because you're an uncle, or because you're an aunt, or because you're a grandmother. Like, you don't get respect because of that title. You get the respect when you show you've earned that title and you do the things that grandmothers or uncles or fathers do. If you don't do those things, then the title means nothing. So, that being said, when it comes to this family, I'm a son-in-law, I'm a brother, I'm a husband, and because I do what wow, like I was going through puberty, because I do the things that title dictates I should be doing, and I show support to the family who looks out for me, I've earned my place at the table, and I've earned the opportunity to speak, probably more so than most. So I'm still debating on what I want to say, but no longer am I debating on if I should. Now it's just a matter of what should I say, because something needs to be said. Something really needs to be said. Something really needs to come from this, because Asia took a bold step and saying what she said about her family. And it's funny how more people are coming out of the woodwork to kind of co-sign what Asia was already thinking. And this family has just been ruined by this. They have. That's funny to me, because it's not that Asia ruined it. It's that the truth ruined it. It's like you were so busy living with all these lies, you didn't bother to think what could happen if it got out. So I think I know what I want to say. I think I'm gonna sit down and read over everything, and then instead of planning it, it's just from the heart. I'm gonna say what I feel like saying.